All right, so I'm gonna show you two different ways to clean out your black tank. First, you can hook up here at your outside black tank flush. You take this off, you can kind of see it's got the same threads that allows you to thread on. Same threads that allow you to thread on a water hose. Super easy. You're gonna come here, spin it on. Once you're all nice and secure, turn your water spigot on, let it fill. You do want to make sure you do have your water valve open because this will be filling up your black tank and we don't want any overflowing happening there. If you are hooked into your waste dump sites, go ahead and let your valves open, let this run off for about 15-20 minutes. If you are on waste services, I'd go ahead and ask your waste provider to hang out for about 5 to 10 minutes, allowing you to wash this tank out. Now, this is one way to attack your black tank flush. My personal favorite, I will tell you a more effective way. I would recommend you guys getting one of these, RV toilet wand. Now this is a lot better and a lot more effective way to actually attack and clean your toilets. Now I'll show you kind of how this works. This is probably the best and the most effective way. That tank flush is great, but if you're really trying to clean these tanks out, this is the way to go. Super easy. You're gonna go ahead and just thread this on. This also just threads on here. Now, one thing I really like about this guy is it also got the valve to turn it on and off, so you're not having to run outside to shut it off. So just get it nice and tight. Now, the way that these tanks are plumbed is they go basically from the toilet to the floor and they go straight into the tank. So again, this is by far the most effective way to do so. Now what you're gonna go ahead and do is open up the foot flusher. You go ahead and toss this whole thing into the tank. Again, here you're going directly into the tank. There's no having to go through a small line like that city water connection. You're gonna turn your water on and it's gonna start cleaning. Now that tank now, or that rod now, is basically starting to shoot all kinds of water inside the tank, trying to help clean it. Obviously just try to watch out for it, but you can kind of try to help move it around. If you guys feel you guys have like some kind of clog or a pyramid going on, you can move it around. Now, one thing I like about this sprayer is it is spraying at a higher rate of speed rather than that small city water or black water flush. You can maneuver this guy if you guys feel you guys have a clog somewhere. Again, this is the most effective way to actually clean these tanks out. Now, if you are at an actual site that has sewer, go ahead and do this 5-10 minutes. Just try to get all that solid broken up and down in the tank. Again, if you're on waste services, you can ask your waste provider to hang out for about 5 to 10 minutes, just until you can kind of get a good flush and rinse in. Other than that, you're all good to go. You can actually turn this little turn valve off there, pull the entire wand out, and put this guy away. We're gonna really quick go over hooking up your city water connection once your trailer's been delivered. So, follow me. All right, cool. So first things first, guys, you just wanna make sure you find your home water spigot. This guy just threads onto your house water spigot like so. Nice and tight, you're all good to go. Next part with doing your city water connection hookup, you wanna make sure you got a water pressure regulator. Now, basically this just reduces water pressure. If your city water connection or city water pressure is a little too high, keep in mind it is only 50 PSI. Also, for those of you guys who are pulling water from a well, this may actually be restricting water too much. So if you guys get into the trailer, have this hooked up, feel that water pressure isn't adequate, just remove it. Just be very, very careful to go ahead and reintroduce water into the system at a real slow rate. Again, if you guys are running off of a well, you can remove this as it may be restricting too much water pressure. But you're gonna next find your city water connection on our Royal. They're all towards the back. You're gonna find usually a little nice little sticker there. So first, you're gonna go ahead and get your connector. Now you can hook this up. This can be inline. It can be here, it can be at your water spigot, either way. But I would go ahead and kick this on nice and tight. Now this side can also thread and spin. So what I would do is go ahead and come here and actually try to thread it like so. Perfect. Now that you're all nice and tight, turn your water spigot on and you're all good to go. All right, so let's say it's getting cold where you guys are at and you guys are actually needing to get away from your city water connection and run off your water pump. your water pump and your actual water tank. So first things first, if you are drawing water from the water tank, you want to go ahead and activate this pump switch there. Now with that pump switch activated, it's going to go ahead and start pulling water from your auxiliary 40-gallon waste tank on board. Also, if it's starting to get cold where you guys are at and you guys are utilizing the water pump, also make sure you keep your tank heater on. It's going to prevent anything in any of your holding tanks from freezing over. All right, so in the case that you want to run your water heater off propane rather than electric, you want to make sure that this red switch is turned on. Now, I don't want to get too much into the DSI light fault light, but it will stay on when you first kick it on. Now, within about 10 to 15 seconds, you actually see this guy turn itself off. Now, when it turns itself off, it's actually letting you know that it started the ignition process and it went ahead and ignited. But if you don't want to run your water heater off propane, I'm going to show you really fast where to double check to make sure it's on the electric side. So we're going to bring you to your actually hot water box. This is all access to the hot water heater. Now again, you won't have to be doing much in here, but you want to just verify the switch is on. Again, electric function in the hot water heater, make sure the red switch is off and make sure this electric switch is on. This switch here. Now if the switch is off, it's going to be off position for your electric water heater. You want to keep it in the on position. Again, electric on, red switch off. Propane, red switch on, leave it on. It'll default to propane immediately. Whenever you're running the electric side, make sure the red is off and the black is on. Be hooking up your fresh water connection. Now I keep saying your 40 gallons of auxiliary water tank. This is going to be to actually fill it up. So you remove this guy here. You'll grab the other end of your water spigot. Remember, mine still has a pressure regulator. This doesn't matter. Turn on your water spigot and you're all good to go. And it'll actually start shooting water back at you from here, letting you guys know it's all the way full, making a big mess on the ground. And that's going to be filling up your fresh water tank. It gets cold, you're going to be off your city water connection because you can't run city because it's too cold to have your city water hooked up. Fill up your fresh water tank this way, boom. Turn on your water pump switch, your tank heater switch on, and you'll be all good to go. All right, so it's getting cold, it's getting freezing. Freeze temperatures are coming. You can't have your city water hooked up. So every single night, I would recommend, everybody recommends, to actually take your water hose off and curl it back in. Get all the water that was inside of it out, because as we all know, with cold temps and standing water, it's gonna ruin these water hoses. So again, fold up your water hose as colder temperatures are coming. All right, cool, that's it.